me lab this actually. Small break. Yeah, out of the top ones. Out of the top ones. It's not even remote. It's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. People get hit by 10 strings in fucking finals, man. But the amount of gimmicks go down by a lot still. It has Tekken has the biggest gaping hole of like plateau, like the biggest plateau because of how much you can because of how insanely easy it is to just gimmick people for a long time. Or like, and how much the game incentivizes like pure gimmicks. Knowledge checks is the politically correct way to describe gimmicks. Yeah, so the thing with Tekken is that it's very similar to learning League of Legends and getting good in League of Legends or Dota, in the way that it's almost exclusively about not tilting. And you have to accept that you're going to have close to 50% win rate regardless of playing well or bad. So what I mean by that is that you will lose to people way fucking worse than you in Tekken a lot, and you will win against people way better than you. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't come down to like fundamentals at mid-level. It just comes down to gimmicks, and if your opponent knows shit a lot of the time. Not like, obviously, like you can't really put a exact percent on it, but anyone that plays any other fighting game at high level and Tekken will tell you that like it's way higher. And the way that you're supposed to learn Tekken is accepting that you can have streaks of good play, but at the end of the day, if you play ranked, you're going to be forced into 50% win rate or close to it. And it's not about winning more, it's about learning more. And so that eventually you can get like 51% or 52 and then start climbing that way. And to increase the percentage of games that you won because you were the better player and you played properly, not wins where you gimmick them or, you know, did some dumb shit. Like specifically, you won because you played correctly. That is the only thing you should worry about. And Tekken even has a similar fallacy. So, you know, like in League, there's a lot of players. If you've ever been like mid-level or high level even, and you play like a team-based game, you know that there's always a bunch of people that have been playing for a really long time, and they're like, the game starts and they go like, hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all having a great day. If you guys want any tips or help, let me know and I'll provide assistance. You know, like, come on team, we got this. I know it's looking bad, but we can do it. You know, like they're like cheerful types, because they read somewhere that if their team is more motivated and having a better time, then they will actually play better. And this is true, right? So why is this a fucking horrible idea? It's not a horrible idea, but why is this a bad idea? And why do so many of the top ranked players in League or any game, why do they not have this mentality? Why aren't they the super nice guys in solo queue? Why is it like Sumeo when he goes picked up? Why was he known for like being good mid and not for being a cheerful guy on ranked? Right? It's because you focusing on other people, even if you're being nice, is gonna make you bad. It's so hard to get good if you're focusing on being nice, and specifically, not specifically being nice, but specifically, you know, using a lot of your mental stack to like worry about other players, and specifically trying to win the specific game. So yes, if you're being positive, you have an increased chance of winning this game, but you have a lower chance of getting good. And getting good long term is infinitely more important than winning a single game, right? A single game does not matter at all. And Tekken has a similar thing, right? Where you're not supposed to worry about this winning the individual game. And many times you're not even supposed to worry about winning the individual matchup. You shouldn't even worry that much about learning a specific matchup in Tekken. And this is the fallacy. You guys all laugh at the League guy. And you all laugh at, like, you know, League players saying Elo Hell. You know what the Elo Hell and the trap of Tekken is? It's learning strings. I promise you, learning strings and just like going to the lab and trying to lab out against every single string is an absolute trap for most mid-level players. Is it always a bad thing? No. I just learned this string, right? But even in this string, see how I lab this? Unless they delay it, I don't even have an option I can do. Like, this string doesn't even have a good answer. It's just a perfect string, right? Nothing I learn here will actually significantly help me win games, even versus Jin. And it would especially not help me learn against the entire cast, right? Like, what if my next match is not going to be a Jin player? And so focusing a lot on your opponent's string and whatever you lost to, especially if you're a mid-level player, is an absolute trap to staying to Plateau forever. Am I taking Toast on this last one? If you want to take him, you can. Please. Please. And so, like, I can do it otherwise. So what's the correct way to learn? It's focusing on things that will help you in as many games as possible. What does that mean? That means get your combos right, get your Oki correct, understand generic rules of Tekken. Is someone minus or plus on a down forward 1? Does the down forward 1 have a mid or high follow-up? What will the mid follow-up be? What will the high follow-up be? And how do you fight against while running moves? All right, now that they know how to fight against your while running moves, what do? Maybe you do a while running move that's a homing one. Movement, punishing, like things that you already know what they are minus on. Learning general string rules. So, like, you know, this one is a counter hit launcher. The second one. A lot of those that are counter hit launcher on the second hit are minus if they're mid. And a lot of them are not even counter hit on the first one. There's a shit ton of attacks. I don't know if Jin has that many of them, but shit ton of them where the first hit will not counter hit launch, but the second one will. So, like, a move like this, where, like, the first one does not counter hit launch. Actually, I think this one does for Reina because it's like a short range one. Wait, does it? Yeah, it does. But there's a ton of moves like that where they will whiff something, and then the second one, that one will counter hit launch. Yes, when you run into a Safina, you should just accept taking the L for the most part. When you run into a Xiaoyu, you should just accept taking the L. You should when you want to learn Safina, you should find a Safina player and then do a long set with her. Same with Xiaoyu. You just accept that you lose against them. You have to accept that running into a Xiaoyu on ranked or any matchup you have not labbed is like someone like the match starts in league and someone runs it down mid, says, "My mother just ate my Cheetos. I'm running it down, bros." As soon as that happens, as soon as you go into random matchups, you should be saying, "Okay, I will focus on learning. I will accept the loss."
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, that definitely applies to Strive too, but But it's just like absurdly overtuned for Tekken. Yeah. But it's also why knowledge checks are good in Stripes. That's because you don't really have time to focus on learning every specific character. Dude, I fucking hate that she's like that low string. Probably minus on hit.